Don't get too excited. This actually isn't a Death Note video. I did buy this for the first 5 seconds of the video, though.
And all I've got to offer is sensitivity, intelligence, and charm.
Just watch me, El. I'll solve equations with my right hand and write names with my left. I'll take a potato chip and eat it.
Have you ever jumped into a lake or a pool or whatever, and the water looks infinitely deep? Your heart is pounding as you prepare yourself to plunge into the depth. Time is up, there's a line behind you, and the only way down is to jump. Sweat beads down your face. You hold your nose, close your eyes, and take the plunge. Your feet land on soft, sandy ground, just a couple of feet below the water surface. You're immediately filled with relief. You're on solid ground. The lake was only fake deep. So, what about emotional depth or intellectual depth? Particularly in media like shows, movies, books, you get the idea. What exactly do people mean when they call a story fake deep? Here's an Urban Dictionary definition for you in this fine year of our Lord, 2021. Fake deep is a description equivalent to an overt chauvinistic person. They appear smart, educated, or woke upon first impression, but the underlying meanings of their words contradict intent. There's nothing written in here. I just wanted to justify the fact that I bought this. Person in this definition is oftentimes substituted for book, TV show, etc. Basically, it's the idea of a person or story cosplaying as super intelligent and emotionally mature, when in fact, well, it's just not that deep. Things that are deemed fake deep are oftentimes seen as cringe or embarrassing for fans of the thing and the creator of the thing. A common criticism of media deemed fake deep is that it comes off as immature or juvenile, like 3 children in a trench coat trying to get into a big brain rated R movie. There's a certain kind of fake deep that can also be referred to as hot topic bait, which brings us to a clarification that has to be made. A fake deep is not the same as edgy. Media that's deemed fake deep and media that's deemed edgy oftentimes have quite a bit of overlap. Take Death Note, for example. See? Makes sense. Death Note is arguably the hot topic anime. For those of you who don't know, bless your soul, Death Note is about a super popular, smart, attractive high school student named Light, who finds a magic notebook that lets him kill anyone just by writing their name in its pages. He initially only uses the notebook to kill off hardened criminals, but eventually spirals into a bigger god complex. It's about death, murder, demons, etc. Very, very edgy stuff. But it also attempts to tackle a lot of big moral questions that really blow the minds of 14-year-olds. This attempt at some sort of commentary on, I don't know, society is oftentimes criticized as fake deep. Okay, I don't think I'm making a lot of sense here. The death, the murder, the demons. Okay, that's edgy. Preteens like it because it makes them feel rough around the edges when really they're just late to pre-algebra. So that, all that stuff, edgy. The attempt at some sort of moral hot take is what's referred to as fake deep. Preteens like that because it makes them feel like they're much smarter and above everyone else, even though they really just think that Light Yagami is hot. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Now that we've cleared that up and defined what fake deep is to the best of our ability, I have to ask, is fake deep even really a thing? Okay, I just have to say this. I don't think Death Note is fake deep. It's largely misunderstood and very edgy, yes, but it is not, at least in my opinion, fake deep. Please leave your complaints about that take in the comments. I could use the engagement. So is fake deep real? Is it a thing that is pervasive in media? I actually think yes. I think it exists, and I think it's Dear Evan Hansen. The Broadway musical Dear Evan Hansen is about a nerdy teenager who convinces his classmates that he was best friends with a fellow student who dies by slip and slide, so he can get into the unalived kid's sister's pants. As much as I wish I was, I'm not kidding, that's the plot, and the musical has been wildly successful. And it elicits a lot of strong emotions for fans of the show. Honestly, when I watched a slime tutorial of the original Broadway production, I honest to goodness cried. But once the emotions simmered down, I couldn't figure out why I cried. The music and general feel of the show make you feel like you're jumping into that deep lake of emotions and social commentary. But as soon as you bring your head above water, you realize it was all an illusion. There was never actually any depth there. You're standing on a sandbank in a waist-deep pool. See, I cried because I was manipulated by songs that, out of context, are very emotional, and by marketing and staging that made me feel like this story had to be incredibly impactful, but it's just not. There's nothing actually to it. The plot is paper thin, and it's, well, fake deep. But that's an example of real fake deep. A lot of the time, I think this criticism is applied to media that just doesn't deserve it. And I think it has to do with who the fans are. Death Note, John Green books, Degrassi. What do these things all have in common? The fans. The fans of these things are typically teenagers, specifically teenage girls. Oh, society and your hatred of teenage girls. And things in general that teenagers like. Listen, when you're a teen, literally everything is deep. Your emotions are running wild, and literally anything can seem profound. And those things are profound because they're profound to you, the teenager watching this. Probably. Maybe. Something is not fake deep simply because of the audience that enjoys the thing. It's fake deep because of the actual content and message, or lack thereof. For example, I would argue a teen drama like Degrassi has infinitely more depth than a Marvel movie. Again, please leave your complaints in the comments. I could use the engagement. I'm not saying that Marvel is fake deep or whatever, just that teen dramas also have an emotional awareness that's oftentimes ignored. So guys, let's just leave the teenagers and young adults alone. So, if we assume that fake deep is indeed a thing, is it actually a problem? I'm going to say, for the most part, no. With the exception of something like The West Wing that actually ended up having real-world consequences. Maybe a video for another time. Sure, it sucks that sometimes emotions are manipulated when there's not much there to make a buck on merchandising. But ultimately, it's pretty harmless. If someone gets something out of a piece of media, even if that something isn't really there, who cares? They're getting something out of it, and that's great. It might just not be made for you, but made to have depth for someone else. None of us were ever elected to be the culture police, so, like, you know, chill. Sit back and watch some cheesy rom-coms or whatever. I guess this entire video can be distilled down to let people like things. It's okay, really. Even if fake deep does exist, it's not the end of the world. At least you can rest easy knowing that you have very good and mature taste in media. I mean, you must, if you're watching my channel. Hey guys, I hope you liked the video. I'm not entirely sure what I was trying to do with this, but here we are. If you enjoyed the video, why not give it a like or a share? You can also subscribe if you'd like to see more of this. If you'd like to support the channel, links to my Patreon and merch are in the link tree down in the description. Patrons get fun perks like Discord access, blooper reels, credit at the end of videos, all that good stuff. If you didn't like the video, Ben Platt? Is that you? Bye! He initially only